Tennis elbow affects 1 to 3% of the adult population every year. If left untreated, this nagging pain can last from 6 months to 2 years. The good news is there are exercises that can help to alleviate pain and prevent it from returning. In this video, we will provide you with the best exercises to treat tennis elbow, backed by science. In recent research, we have found that a combination of eccentric exercise, or slow lengthening of the muscle, concentric exercise, or the typical muscle contraction we think of, and isometric exercise, where we keep the muscles engaged in a fixed position, is the most effective in treating tennis elbow. The first 3 exercises will address the hand, wrist, and elbow directly, using that evidence as a framework. The first exercise is eccentric wrist extension. To perform this exercise, sit at the end of a table or chair with the hand off the edge. Begin with the wrist pulled back while holding a weight. Next, lower the weight slowly. With the uninjured hand, pick up the hand holding the weight and bring it back to the starting position. This exercise will target the tendons of the extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle, which attach the muscle to the lateral epicondyle of the elbow. This tendon has been shown to be a main source of pain in tennis elbow. The eccentric nature of the exercise will improve the tendon tolerance to activity by decreasing pain perception and increasing the tendon strength. If you don't have a weight, you can use any other small object with weight such as a can of soup, a jug with a handle, a backpack, or even a band. Perform this exercise daily for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. You will likely feel some pain with this exercise. To find the appropriate weight for you, start light and gradually add weight. Keep pain levels at a 4 out of 10 or below while performing the exercise. If you are experiencing pain above that during the exercise, or if you are having pain for hours after exercise, you have worked it too hard and you should stick to a lighter weight until you are able to perform the exercise without excess pain. Once you are able to comfortably and consistently perform the eccentric lowering exercises without pain, you can start adding concentric movements by lifting the weight. Lift for 1 second and then slowly lower for 3 seconds. Exercise number 2 is eccentric supination. This is a functional movement that often causes pain, especially with twisting the wrist, like using a screwdriver or stirring a pot. For this exercise, you can use a weight, hammer, or band. Begin with your arm resting on the table or chair. The wrist should be in a neutral thumbs-up position. Slowly lower the weight down for 3 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions according to your tolerance. If the weight is too much, you can decrease the weight, choke up on the hammer, or perform fewer repetitions. Once this exercise is tolerable for 3 sets of 15 repetitions, you should add the concentric lifting portion of the exercise. Exercise number 3 is isometric strengthening. Gripping objects can be a pain-provoking movement for those with tennis elbow. When we grip, the muscles of the wrist naturally extend and pull back. This gripping pattern puts tension on the muscles and tendons that insert near the elbow, which cause pain. The good news is, isometrics often provide a pain-relieving effect. The isometric exercise I want to emphasize is the farmer carry or suitcase carry. Positioning of the wrist in neutral with the arm at your side will be the least provocative. All you are going to do is grab the weight and keep walking with your core tight and body upright. Try to hold this weight 5 times for 45 seconds as you walk. This prolonged grip provides isometric stabilization needed at the wrist and elbow. Find a weight that maintains your pain level at a 4 out of 10 level or below when you are holding it. The pain should go away after you release the weight. If you don't have a weight heavy enough, you could use a gallon jug or a heavy backpack. You could also try an isometric wrist extension by pulling your wrist back and pushing the hand down with the opposite hand, or squeezing an object 5 times for 45 seconds at 70% of your max effort. As desired, you may be able to progress to weighted deadlifts, which will hold the wrist isometrically in a pronated position, which will put more stretch on the muscles and more strain on the tendons. As I mentioned before, tennis elbow, if left untreated, usually lasts for an average of 6 to 24 months and commonly reoccurs. It often reoccurs because the root cause of the problem was not fixed. Research has shown that tennis elbow often occurs due to a weakness or mobility deficit in another area of the body, such as the shoulder and upper back. If we are weak or stiff in the shoulder and upper back, we will naturally compensate by straining the wrist into extension. This is especially important for those who have chronic tennis elbow or have had multiple cases of tennis elbow. Exercise number 4 is shoulder external rotation. You can perform this movement in many different ways. An easy way to do this at home would be to lie on your side and place a rolled up towel under the armpit. Lift up your arm, keeping your elbow bent. At the top of the motion, the arm should be pointing up to the ceiling. Add a weight as tolerated. If the weight hurts too bad due to grip, turn your thumb down and perform the same motion. This could take some of the strain off the wrist extensor muscles and decrease pain when holding the weight. Perform this exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions. Exercise number 5 is scapular strengthening. People often have weakness in the muscles that rotate and move the shoulder blades, especially the middle and lower trap. To target these muscles, we will begin with a prone T exercise. Lay on your stomach with your arms out like a T and pull them up into the air. Make sure you are pulling your shoulder blades down and in to prevent a shoulder shrug compensation. Perform this motion for 3 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions and add weight as tolerated. If you are able to get these muscles moving, you will have to exert your wrist and elbow muscles less when you are performing a pulling motion. Exercise number 6 is the open book. Improving your back mobility will mean that your wrist and elbow won't need to compensate as much to produce movement. This is a simple exercise and stretch for those with thoracic or upper back tightness. All you have to do is lay on your side with both arms extended in front of you, keeping your knees together on the ground, rotating your top arm and upper body as far as you can until your arm reaches the ground. This will unlock your back mobility and help reduce strain on the site of your tennis elbow. If you are dealing with a really stiff back, you may need extra work in this area. For more exercises and stretches to loosen your upper back, click the link above. Tennis elbow develops gradually during repetitive movements. Performing the same movements over and over without modification leads to wear and tear on the tendons located at the forearm, similar to a rope that begins to fray. To rebuild your tendons with these exercises, it will be important to make modifications to your activity levels where possible, especially if your job is contributing to your tennis elbow pain. Making modifications to movement and providing a healthy healing environment for your body through healthy habits will be necessary. Supplemental techniques including stretches, soft tissue massage, and nerve glides can help decrease high levels of pain in the short term, which we will go over more in depth in another video. Consistency is key when it comes to treating tennis elbow. Sticking with these exercises, you will begin to see improvements day after day, week after week. Before you know it, you will be back to living your life pain-free. Make sure to consult with your local physical therapist before beginning any exercise program to make sure it is the right one for you. I hope you found these exercises helpful in alleviating your tennis elbow pain. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe so you can keep up to date with the best evidence-based health and fitness tips to get you back to living your best life. See you in the next one.